Across the heart of Eurasia, where the winding currents of the Moskva River carve through the sprawling landscape, stands a fortress of crimson stone and golden domes that has watched over the destiny of a nation for nearly 9 centuries. To the casual eye, this sprawling citadel appears as an imposing labyrinth of medieval battlements, bristling with spiked towers and impenetrable walls. But step closer, across the vast expanse of cobblestones that stretches before its gates, and you realize you are standing at the absolute epicenter of Russian history. Welcome to the Moscow Kremlin and Red Square. Long before the stone battlements were ever raised, this strategic hill above the river was a modest wooden settlement, a fortified outpost perched on the edge of a dense pine forest. In the late 15th century, Grand Prince Ivan the Great envisioned a seat of power that would rival the greatest capitals of Christendom, summoning master architects from Renaissance Italy to rebuild the fortress in enduring red brick. They laid out the majestic triangular compound, fortifying it with 20 soaring towers, each with its own distinct name and personality, and creating an impregnable stronghold that would soon be known to the world as the Kremlin. Yet the stone walls of the fortress were only half the story. Just outside its eastern gates lay a vast, chaotic expanse of wooden stalls, bustling markets, and public assemblies. Originally known as Torg, or the marketplace, this open clearing gradually transformed into a stage for royal proclamations, public executions, and grand imperial pageants. In the 16th century, the Russians began calling it Krasnaya Ploshad, a phrase that historically meant beautiful square, long before the color red became synonymous with the Soviet era. It was here that the ornate, multi-domed silhouette of St. Basil's Cathedral rose toward the heavens, a dizzying explosion of color and architectural fantasy built by Ivan the Terrible to commemorate a military victory. Walking into the Kremlin today is like stepping through the pages of an ancient chronicle, where every courtyard and cathedral holds the ghosts of czars, emperors, and revolutionaries. At the center of Cathedral Square stands the Dormition Cathedral, a masterpiece of white stone and gleaming gold cupolas, where generations of Russian monarchs were crowned in solemn splendor. Just a few paces away lies the imposing Ivan the Great Bell Tower, a slender sentinel that dominated the Moscow skyline for centuries, casting its deep, resonant voice across the city to announce royal births, victories, and moments of profound national mourning. Beneath the shadows of these sacred shrines lies the grim and fascinating history of the Tsars and the subsequent eras of profound political upheaval. Through the centuries, the Kremlin has transformed from the private domain of absolute autocrats into the nerve center of the Soviet Empire, and finally into the modern seat of the Russian presidency. The austere neoclassical halls of the Grand Kremlin Palace have hosted kings and dignitaries, while the high walls have witnessed the secret plotting of the October Revolution, when the red flag was hoisted above the Spasskaya Tower to signal a brand new dawn for the globe. Just beyond those ancient walls, Red Square continues to hold the nation's most enduring memories and contradictions. At its western edge rests the red granite mausoleum of Vladimir Lenin, a stark architectural contrast to the whimsical, fairy tale architecture of St. Basil's behind it. Flanking the vast cobblestone floor is the legendary Gum department store, its soaring glass and steel arcades turning a historic trading row into a glittering monument of 19th century commerce. Every inch of this open ground is steeped in collective memory, from the thundering military parades of the 20th century to the quiet footsteps of modern travelers gazing up at the twinkling red stars atop the Kremlin spires. As evening descends over Moscow, casting long amber shadows across the ancient bricks and turning the onion domes into silhouettes of gold against the twilight sky, time seems to slow its relentless march. Empires have risen and fallen behind these battlements. Grand ideologies have swept across the cobblestones, and the world has spun through centuries of turbulent change. Yet the Kremlin and Red Square remain, a breathtaking testament to the enduring spirit of a city, frozen in stone, steel, and a legacy that continues to echo through the modern world. If this journey through the heart of Moscow inspired you, please hit that like button, share this video with fellow history lovers, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss our next adventure. Drop a comment below to let us know which landmark you want to explore next. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.